Hello guys, this is my 2006 RSX base, and this is a how to install fog light video. And I saw there was a few other videos out there, but after watching them there was still a few questions left unanswered, so hopefully this will answer things a little bit better. So first of all, I want to say I bought eBay fog lights. I think they were $80, and they came with the HID kit, which overall looks like decent quality, except for the fact that when mounting the fog light lens into the bumper, I had to flip them upside down so you can see it says top on the bottom. And I also had to flip the mounting hardware in behind, so looks like a manufacturer defect, or somebody, you know, obviously had a big whoops there, which is unfortunate because they look like decent fog lights other than that. Not really an issue to flip them upside down, other than now you can't use the adjustment screw if you need to, you know, make them up higher or down lower, but you can just tighten the screws on either side really well, and then you can move it by hand, so it's not really a problem or an issue. Okay, and then for the wiring, we're going to have a quick look inside the car first. And I noticed in the videos that are on the internet right now, say to install your switch here, and then you have 3 wires which come off that switch, and most people are hooking up to their fuse box. I didn't do that. I found an easier way. So you have this wire that's just hanging down. See if you guys can see that. Bit out of focus there. So you have this wire that hangs down, and all the videos show only one blue wire that's attached to it. Mine had 2. Mine had a blue and a white. And like I said, this is 2006 RSX. So what I did is I cut the blue, and you attach the yellow wire to that blue, which you can see I have done. Then you have your ground, which, I mean, you can hook your ground up to anything under the dash. I don't know if you can see where I hooked mine up, but yeah, any ground, any bolt that's under there is fine. And for this red wire, this red one here, I hooked up to the cigarette lighter. So this is ignition, so this has to turn on and off with ignition. However, I hooked it up to on off with my dash lights, because if you don't do that, as soon as you turn your ignition on, this light lights up, which I didn't like. So I only want it to light up when I go to turn on my headlights, and then that will allow me to then use this to turn on and off the fog lights. So I found a switched on-off power, which was running to this guy. So I just removed my cigarette lighter. Just remove that. And where the cigarette lighter plugs in, right, I used my test light to figure out which one of these 2 wires turns on and off to the headlights on and off. And that was super easy. A lot easier than taking, you know, your ignition apart or trying to put it inside your fuse box. So that's it, guys. So 3 wires for inside the car. You got a ground, you have a red that goes to the switched on and off lights, and you have that yellow wire that goes into that factory blue, this guy. So then you're done inside your car. And then you can come outside your car. There's a lot of videos that show you how to take off the front bumper, so I'm not going to go through that with you. So for your wiring harness, what you want to do is you want to hook your red to your battery, obviously. The yellow that comes off your wiring harness, which is your relay, which I've mounted here, by the way. I just drilled a hole and put a bolt in, so I got my fuse accessible here. And the yellow I hooked into, there was a plug sitting right here that was taped. So looks like this is the factory plug for factory fog lights, which obviously wasn't used on my base model because it did not come with fog lights. So this wire actually hooks up to the blue wire that's inside the car, which is under the dash by the fuse box, which we hooked up the yellow to inside the car. So you're going to do the same here. You're going to hook it up. You can see it down in here. I got the yellow and going to the blue. See if I can get in there. There it is right there. The yellow going into the blue. So I just cut the plug and I used just a connector, and then I put some electrician's tape on it. And then, so that's it for up top. And then for the ground wire, I put the ground wire just to this bolt, which is the radiator temperature sensor. And other than that, you have your basic wiring, which I had to cut because it was way too long. I mean, it's still pretty long. You can see all this wire here. And that's the thing about these kits that you buy off eBay. They give you a generic length of wire, which you know, most times is too long. Also, sometimes it has connectors that you don't need, that you just cut. And then I mounted my HID hardware here. So it's all ready to plug in. And there's my HID for the fogs. And then on the other side, you can see I mounted this one a little bit lower, but that'll work fine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, 2006 Acura RSX base fog light install. Yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hopefully this helps somebody out.